Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second research video of Draft 102 of my game design Savage Strikers deck building fighting game. Today's date is January 24, 2021, 2:41 a.m. And today I'll be doing research for Brock Crusher by taking a look at Iron Tiger from BlazBlue Central Fiction. So I could get a good look at the heavyweights to help improve my character, Brock Crusher, for the game. So to recap, I did research on Hugo and found that his large size yields very small chain combos. He's probably got one or two, I think, but I never really got a chance to execute it. But for the most part, his startups are so slow that you probably get off like maybe 2 or 3 hits in a single combo. But his normal attacks tend to be very powerful. I think they went as high as 25 damage on the heavy. But because he was so slow, very few damage has been done. Well, not really damage, but the combo was very low, and that's very reflective of my fighter for the heavyweights in Savage Strikers, and it's looking a bit more sense, so to speak, in terms of context for the card game. There's a lot of damage dealt, so that's something that I have to consider. And I come to the conclusion that for Brock, he doesn't really need technical effects like manipulating the graveyard or hand sizes or any of that stuff. He's just gonna be just straight up pure damage dealer. So far that's where the direction is looking like, and I'm gonna see could do more with Iron Tiger, since he's very large. Now, as you'll probably notice right now, I pulled up my quick play guide, which is a quick shorthand for the rules. There is a bit of a rule update. Let me zoom this in a bit. Oops, wrong one. I'm always picking the wrong ones when I zoom in. But what I did was, as you can see, I consolidated reset into advantage. What happened was that I came to the conclusion that advantage and reset really fall under the same umbrella, since it's all about the deck advantage. So what I did was I just moved reset over. So there's no reset step, so to speak. It's all part of deck advantage now. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I don't have a mouse on me, and the trackpad is very annoying. I apologize for any of the sudden movements. So nothing significantly changed. The only thing that changed is that if there were, say, cards that would say during the reset X, Y, Z happen, that's not going to happen with effects. With regards to effects, there won't be a target for reset. And this also makes it very easy with regards to the rules. When explaining the rules, because now you only have 3 things to think about in neutral play, and that's confirm, priority, and advantage. And what's also important is you can really discern the number of ties that happen. I'm trying to keep the number of ties to a minimum. I hope you saw my fingers there. Like, keep it to a minimum. Try to keep it to a minimum. So the first tiebreaker is priority. When the strength of cards in confirm are tied. So the first tiebreaker is priority, and it goes to the combo arrows. And if the combo arrows tie, then the second tiebreaker is advantage, which is your deck. And what happens when you draw a card from your deck will determine who gets it. Now, if the decks happen to be tied, as in both players draw a card, or both players have no deck to draw a card, that's when the game resets and goes back to neutral play, and you start over with confirm. So basically, just to reiterate and clarify for those who are not in the know, games like Combo Fighter and Yomi, card game fighters like those, utilize rock paper scissors mechanic, but their rock paper scissors mechanics are on extreme ends. From what I read in their rulebooks and from what I played at Combo Fighter, with Yomi, if I recall correctly, on one extreme end, if cards were tied, you just automatically reset the whole game, just like that, done. Combo Fighter goes to the other extreme end, where if a specific type of pairing of cards tied, then there was a different type of tiebreaker. So let's say if 2 throws were tied, then Y happens, and if 2 attack cards tied, then X happens, and if block cards were played, then Z would happen. You see what I'm saying? It would go into different directions. Let me reconfirm that. Hold on a second. Hello. Alright, so let me reconfirm the tiebreakers from what I understood. Because I'm just saying it off the top of my head, but I happen to have the rule book, so there's no reason for that. For me to do it off the top of my head. Let's see. Tiebreakers. Yeah, see, if both players play blue cards or both players play yellow cards, the player who played a priority move card wins the round. If both or neither of the move cards have priority, the round is a tie. If both players play red cards, the player will play the card with the highest initiative for win. If both red cards have the same initiative, the round is a tie. If the round is a tie, both players deal damage, but neither play a combo. So I understood where they were trying to go with, and that is in most fighting games, particularly Street Fighter, is called the tech hit or tech throw. Basically, what happens is when in fighting games, when 2 players hit the throw command simultaneously, normal throw command, you'll probably notice the characters, pushing off of each other. Or in Street Fighter 5, if you watch carefully, you'll probably see the characters have a unique animation where they push back their opponent, say no, or something like that. Like Guy will be like no, and that kind of thing. And that's what happens when 2 players tie on throws in games like Street Fighter 5. And I understood that was the direction they were trying to go with in Combo Fighter, that they wanted to do that thing. But as I've read very quickly, and I've really read it very quickly, that's a lot of information overload for me personally. A lot of information overhead when you have tiebreakers doing 3 completely different things. Even though it makes sense in the context that they're trying to do it, it's just a little on the overwhelming side, and that's a lot of memory. That's a lot of memory recall needed for specific types of cards. With the red cards, the yellow cards, and the blue cards in Combo Fighter. So what I was hoping to do, and that's the extreme end I was talking about, where Yomi was on one end. This is the other extreme end. And so what I'm hoping to accomplish, so that way it doesn't come off looking like an overglorified rock paper scissors, is make sure that each of these tiebreakers lead into the combat directly, into the combat. So if you tie on the confirm, you go directly to priority, which is the faster the shorter the arrows, the faster you really are. And that'll get you into the combat. And if that fails, then you go to deck advantage. And if you happen to draw a card and your opponent has no deck to draw, then you get to do your attack. And if that doesn't happen, then you just go straight to then you just reset the whole thing. So it runs on a 3-tie hierarchy. but the whole point is that there's some kind of action going on, and it's not complicated because it's all in the card and it's all hierarchical. You know, you could just read through the card. You read the colors of the cards first, then you read the combo arrows, and then you just go to deck drawing. So it minimizes the overhead, which is what I'm banking on. The information overload. The information overload, and most importantly is straightforward because you're not checking, you're not trying to do a memory recall of what X does to Y or what Z does to A, sort of thing. It's just very straightforward. If your cards are tied, then count your arrows. If your arrows are tied, then draw your cards. And if you both managed to draw cards, then you start over from the beginning. But there's action, but there's at least some kind of, but most importantly is that each of these are interesting, very distinct, interesting things to do. So with confirm, you're doing the rock, paper, scissors, and if that's tied, then now you're doing the combo arrows, so you're counting up the arrows, which is very easy because I made the arrows easy to read, and then after that you draw a card. You know, you get to draw a card and go right back to the whole thing. So that's 3 easy steps to try to resolve the tie. You know, to establish the player, and if it ties all the way through to the end, you know, the third type, then it's just a simple reset because you got your cards drawn, and you're not going through a whole unnecessary process, so to speak. Which is what Deck Advantage is supposed to do. That's what Deck Advantage is supposed to do. So, okay, you tied up on the confirm, you know, you both played attack cards, your combo arrows tied. Okay, so you both draw a card and start over again. Now you both draw a card and see, you know, if one of you have a deck or if one of you don't have a deck. And that determines, and then that actually determines, well, you get what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm sorry I had to go there with that. I'm repeating myself over and over again. But basically, I took out the reset step just so that way I could keep the steps in neutral play very focused and mitigate unnecessary overhead. That's basically the objective of removing the reset step, especially since the reset cards is just card draw is the result of drawing the card from Deck Advantage. It was pretty dumb of me to have separate them into their own category and add an unnecessary fat of the rules. So I just trimmed off the fat, basically. Just trimmed off a little fat there, and just made it a little, bit more easier to grasp. Deck Advantage is all about the deck, and it's still focused on the deck part. If both players draw a card or if both players have no deck to draw, then you know what to do in that scenario, and it just takes you right back to confirm. And this was back in Draft 101, and it did work very well. One of the playtesters actually enjoyed it and actually took advantage of the deck advantage and actually got his opponent to deck out, and he was able to get the advantage. He was able to read his opponent and played the type of cards drawing confirm that resulted in keeping the priorities tied, and he was able to get the deck advantage like he wanted and execute his combo. So it's there. It's just a matter of making sure that it's very well streamlined, that it flows very quickly, and the overhead is minimum. So that way you all can, and it's very straightforward and simple. So you can all just, when you play your card, you scan. You just scan and draw. So you're scanning the color of the cards, you scan the combo arrows, you draw a card. There. That should be very simple to do right off the top of the head. You scan and draw, scan and draw, scan and draw. Alright, so thank you very much for listening to the update, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to get through, because with different, because that makes it interesting. That makes the not an over-glorified rock paper scissors. So let's get on with the research. Oh, perfect timing! I got Rock Crusher's bio up there. All right, so let's take a look at Iron Tiger. Go. show what style is? No, that's simplified.
Iron Tiger.
Okay, so let me find who's a good lightweight. Makoto? Bullet? I don't know. You know what? Platinum is very small, so why don't I start with a small character? Lightweights are treated a little bit on the small side, particularly Chenbo. He's very small. Yeah, you see? Look at her size. Yeah. So, well, I'll start off with this. Don't really care. Just auto. I'm gonna need to check. I should have checked my button settings. So, and then I'm gonna check the other sizes as well. Oops. Get this off the screen. No distractions. The background. So you can see this is what I was looking for in Street Fighter 3. Just look at the size difference between the two characters. This is what Chenbo and Brock would look like side by side, contextually speaking, in Savage Strikers. I hope y'all can hear me. Sorry, let me just move that over a little bit more. So, as I was saying, if in Savage Strikers was made into a 2D fight, this is what Brock and Genpo would look like side by side. Brock would be this tall, or maybe even taller. Well, not overly tall. I don't want Abigail tall. This is actually sufficient tall. This is Brock tall. And Platinum would be Chenbo tall. That's how Chenbo would be tall. So, let me see. Okay, so that's my button. That's my button scheme. Okay. Let me just checking my. All right. So, in fact, does this? Hide menu, sound options. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good question. Is there a box? Can I get? I'm gonna look to see if. No. I was hoping that there would be box, the hitbox, physical hitbox. I don't think there's a physical hitbox. Let me just check. That's his moveset. Yeah, that's fine. He's got wow, I was hoping for a hitbox display. Let's see, we got damage display, window display, wake up, throw escape, no, that's for the dummy. Character specific settings 1 and 2. Nah. No. That's disappointing. You know, like in Skullgirls, that I had the hitbox, and that was the hitboxes were overlaid. I could have sworn this game had that. I'm a little disappointed. I really wanted that. Yeah, they don't. It's not there. That's a little disappointing. You know, it's got the controller movement. Sorry, I got this whole dog bark in the background. Maybe I should yeah. Let me get. Sorry. I'm gonna get out of this stage because the dog barking is annoying. Yeah. I'm gonna. I don't like the dog barking. I'm sorry. It's just very
Please
distracting.
select your character.
There we go.
Iron Tiger. Platinum the Trinity.
Let me just find, and let me find a good clear stage. Here we go, Manchester City. That's fine. Sorry about that. The dog barking is very distracting, and I'm trying to communicate this to y'all. There we go. This is a little better. And look at that, nice and bright too. Okay. So now this is in the thousands, as opposed to Street Fighter, which was in the single digits. So it's gonna seem a little weird when damage is done. Okay. So that's how much damage to his poke did. You can see, and then here's his kick. That's his punch. So this operates on an ABC. So yeah, weak, medium, strong, drive, which is basically what Savage Strikers goes with. Goes with a weak, medium, strong type of thing. Although the fourth purple button, quite honestly, I could do something like that maybe later in the future, but I have it focused on throw. Throw never occurred to me, but maybe I could have linked unique attacks to the purple, or come up with something like this for purple. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're here to talk about this. So this is 400. Medium does 450, 540. And strong does 1,000. So, see, that's good. There we go. So 400. Then that's an additional 140, and then that's 1,000. Sorry, I'm using drive on that one. Where's the throw? There we go. Oh, mistake. I wanted to get her. There we go. That's what I wanted. So that's why you saw the different types of throw cards, because you know you got the forward throw, and then you got the back throw. But I added in a neutral throw kind of thing. It's supposed to be like slamming straight down. But let's see how much of a reach we got here. Oh no, that was unique. So see, this is why I need that hitbox. So you can see how far that is. His jab. And then his kick is actually pretty short as well. And this is his reach. So you can see how pretty far he is, but it's a little on the slow side. Got that. And that's his unique. Again, it would be it's very slow. So the combo arrows on Brock. For Brock. Let's roll up the button. There we go. So his combo arrows will probably be on the 6 side, 6 for his uniques. But look how much damage that's being done, 1,500. And you see, oh, sorry. There we go. So, as you can see, that's how much damage he's doing just on that one unique, and it's 1,500. So his uniques will probably be at like around 5 arrows, 6 arrows. Let's see what his, how much damage with his. So this is his command attack here. So So there's like a slight charge to it. Okay. So it's tough, but there we go. What other attacks does he have? Oh, sorry, wrong place. This is command list. There we go, command list. So he's got 360, Atomic Collider, which is delayable, Crimson Punisher. So he has some Shotos, but he also got, let's see here. Let's see if I can pull this off here. There we go. So just like Hugo, he has a throw also that bounces you off the wall. Oh. This is actually. Oh. Let's see. Get him back out. Oh, sorry, that was that was not what I was looking for. But one thing's for sure, his attacks do. Yeah, see, so I might be able to do that with Brock if I give him a knockback. And that'll allow you to follow up. That's his other command throw. Okay, so his command throws are very short, but they're not, and they're pretty quick. So I might be able to pull off a quick command throw, which would be Rib Grinder. He's only gonna have one command throw, and that'll be Rib Grinder. So maybe I can have it be short, like maybe go, I don't know, maybe 1-3. I don't know, 1-3. Well, it'll probably be 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna end up happening. That'll probably be 4, 5, 6, because it's very, very high. And I'll probably do 3, 4, 5 with Skullbuster, and I'll probably do 1, 2, 3 with Stampede. Maybe, maybe. It's starting to look that way, but he doesn't have a run, does he? Let's see, do that. Spark Bolt. I gotta be in mid-air to do Crimson Punisher, of course. Atomic Collider. Let me see what Atomic Collider looks like. Oh, that's the Atomic Collider. I thought it was something. But yeah, he doesn't have like a running... I'm surprised that I could dash back, I can't dash forward. No, I could dash forward, I'm just not doing it right. So let's take a look at combos. Okay, so they're very slow, so there we go. So basically if I just go ABC, But if I want to try to do... Sorry, let me bring her over here. But if I want to do longer combos, it's very slow. But just by going ABC, three hit combo. So that's basically as far as I can be able to go with regards to yeah, which is not bad. But of course, in Savage Strikers, that's going to be a lot more different because you'll have access to a lot of light attacks and medium attacks, and they won't be slowed down or anything in that regard because of the way I have that set up, like medium and heavy. Unless I put some kind of restriction on it. Well, the only restriction he has is the fact that you only have 5 cards, so you barely have anything to work with in that regard. Unless you could find a way to fill your hand up completely with light attacks, and then you'd be able to do this, just poke. But you can see it. Well, for him, it's very slow, and the startup, you can see the startup is also slow, which means you can be able to block that, as opposed to that. You see her meter, right? Whoop. Okay. So you see the meter there on the right? That's how fast my combo is going. But when you see I poke at it, it dies out very quickly. See? It doesn't get into it, doesn't create a combo very much. I don't know if I'll be able to duplicate that in this context. I'm sure if I was doing an individual decks, maybe that would be a possibility. But I don't think that's going to be much of a case.
Please select your character.
We'll see what happens. So let's try a different character. Nope.
Iron Tiger.
Let's see. I think I'll go with I'll go with Ragna. He should be he's the Ryu.
Ragna, the Bloodedge.
The Bloodedge. What a name. The Bloodedge. Okay. Yeah, so we've got a taller fighter. He's also he would be probably a middleweight since he's the Ryu. So you can see he's doing 400 damage, 540. So there's no difference in damage. In terms of damage output, it seems to be the same, but I think it's due to the difference in vitality. That just like in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 with the scaling. Okay. I'm just trying to do his. I don't think I can pull it off. It requires 3 rotations. Sorry, I'm screwing around here, but I was just trying to do King of Tager because I have it at 100%. But oh. Let's see. This is recording. I know, I accidentally recorded his movement. Oh, sorry. I used a move that got him to do that. So he has like a pull-in, and I might consider I may take that into consideration when I do uniques. About doing pull-in, not just only knockbacks with specials, but maybe have a unique that could pull a player in. I'm not sure how to convey that, but that's an interesting thing. But that's how Iron Taker resolves his slow situation, that he can pull you in. But he's still got that slow startup, so if you're not fast enough, you won't get the 4th hit, but your opponent could avoid a lot of... How's this go? 1500. Let's see. So that's what his drive does. He pulls people in like a magnet, which helps out. But I doubt I'm gonna do something like that. That's something to consider. Still like to. I'm not even doing a full rotation. Nope. How does it go again? I'm supposed to do D. I want to see how much this is. To see if it's something I could do for the Savage Strike, for his Savage Strike. Damn. Sorry, I'm just... Yeah, I don't know how they pull it off. But, yeah, he does a lot of, Iron Taker does a lot of drawing, so that's an interesting, mechanic. But that depends on, it's an interesting thing. This is something that I want to try and... Well, I'll have to wait and see when I start updating him. So, his Savage Strike would definitely dish out that level of damage. We definitely would dish out that level of damage. 4620. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane for Taker. Let me see if I could. So now let me go ahead and check out. See if there's any difference with heavyweights. When it's heavyweight versus heavyweight. I mean, I can mirror match it, but I don't think. No, I could mirror match. Let's see who else. Yeah. No. Yeah, there's a lot of small. Yeah, there's a lot of small characters. Not many are very big, but I'm sure that they're treated. Some of them are treated as heavyweights. Like probably hurt. Because I haven't played all the fighters in this game. Aquaman. Bong. And they got tall fighters, but it looks like they're only sticking with... Yeah. Yeah, Susano's the only other large character. Let me stick with the other Iron Tiger.
Tiger.
So most likely, if I want to do something like Taker's magnetic specialty, what I could probably do is give him the ability to add. Yeah, you see, what I probably could do is I could probably add add an arrow to players. Probably do. I thought that. Yeah, you see how he's glowing like that? That's because I tagged him with that. And then I could draw him in, do that. Let's see, how much damage does he do? So he still does the same damage, no matter what the size is, but how much? Yeah, you can see the difference. These pulp is taking very little off of Taker compared to Platinum. Wow, I can't get around him, huh? Nope. That's really good. There we go. I just wanted to do it again. Let me see how much damage. So it's still 4620. Alright. So yeah, there's not much change between each of their sizes. So it's probably this is just BlazBlue's game design. Where Street Fighter, we're in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, the damage is scaled because of height and size, you know, to really give weight to the characters. It seems that's not what they're going for here. It's just all about getting the combos to work with the drives. And that's not a bad thing. And that's not a bad thing. You know, I don't want Savage Strikers to be too much like Street Fighter. I do want it to be Savage Strikers. or be like BlazBlue. So this is just some interesting mechanics that Iron Tiger has to work with. So that's some more ideas to work Brock out. All right. So. Yeah, so I got a unique throw, but I'm probably not gonna go with unique throws on this one. Maybe not, I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna have a unique attack to work with. Alright. So, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm calling it. So, that's my research on Iron Tiger from BlazBlue Central Fiction. Since he has magnetic powers, he has the ability to pull people in. That's a very interesting mechanic for heavyweights. I'll take that into consideration if I want to give Brock the advantage, being that he's just pure brute force. Maybe like especially give him something a little on the unique side to help out. Maybe like give the ability to add an arrow to a player or something. Who knows? But we'll see what happens there when I get to the update part. So I want to say thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night and a buenas noches.